I'm Uday from class 9 from Tumkur. Hello everyone, good evening. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity, ma'am. Namaste. Welcome to my presentation. Today I am going to tell about a great person who had invented the alternative current, means the AC current, which has enabled us to use the electricity in our homes. So let's begin. His name was Nikola Tesla. He was born in Smiljan, Croatia. Tesla's father, Milutin, was an Orthodox priest, and his mother, Georgina Mandy, called Duque, was uneducated but very intelligent. His family's first last name was Reganic. One of the assumptions was that Tesla's family carries a name after a Roman settlement, Teslium, located near the place called. He was not born in America, as we know, but spent most of his time in America only. Very intelligent engineering, and we still use his form of transmission even today. What he had invented, so let's see. He invented a coil called Tesla coil, which was a popular invention from nowadays today. What does that mean? So let's see. It was a step-up transformer with an air used for producing high voltages at high frequencies. Okay guys, that much only. If you want more, then I'll explain it in another presentation. This was the end of my presentation. Thanks for watching this. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Uday. Thank you for the presentation about Tesla. And I think you've given good information. One correction I would like to tell you is like you just explain on your own words about whenever you present something. So just rather than just reading. So that will give a presentation flow and it will be good to see anybody. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, Uday, as sir said, see, you have to understand the concept first. So it is not that you are just presenting something and you are just saying something. You have to understand the concept, then it will do good for you. But other than that, it was a good presentation and good information and a good speech. Short and sweet. Very good.
Hello everyone, today I'm going to do about SpaceX. My name is Hitesh Bharati Sinukumar and I'm in year 8. SpaceX, aerospace company. SpaceX Exploration Technology Corp is an American aerospace manufacturer and a space transportation service. Company headquartered in Hawthorne, California. It was founded in 2002 by Elon Musk with the goal of reducing space transportation costs to enable the colonization of Mars. Why is it a big deal? The Americans have sent any U.S. astronaut to space on a U.S. rocket from the U.S. soil since 2011. For the past 9 years, no U.S. astronauts have been going to space in Russian rockets. The launch costs £50,000 each time a U.S. astronaut goes up to the ISS in a Russian rocket. The Russian charges £80,000. What does Elon Musk have to do with it? He's a billionaire, owner of Tesla, invented PayPal, set up SpaceX to work with NASA to put Americans back in the space race. The plan is to make space travel available to the public and go to Mars. Falcon 9. When Elon Musk SpaceX, short for Space Exploration Technology, got into rocket games, it promised reusability, lower launch cost, and easier access to space. Over the last few years, the company has taken steady steps to making a good on that promise, thanks in the large part to the success of its Falcon 9 rocket. Why is it called Falcon 9? Falcon named after the Millennium Falcon, Han Solo spacecraft in Star Wars. There are 9 Merlin engines on a rocket. Falcon 9 and the Dragon crew capsule. When the astronaut sits, this is the only bit that makes it to the ISS. Each crew gets to rename the capsule that they travel in. So now the capsule will be called Endeavour. All these, the first stage, the interstage, and the second stage, will drop off from the spacecraft and land back on Earth. They are needed to give on the spacecraft enough energy to get out of the Earth's atmosphere, but they are quick ejected from the rocket launched. This first picture shows what Russian use. The second picture shows what American used to use, and there's the Falcon 9, which is pretty partially reusable. The journey so far. The Dragon module, there's the mission profile. The Dragon module, the second stage, and the interstage. The first stage, it launches, and then the first stage separates and then lands back to Earth. And then the second stage goes with the thing, and then get off. And then the Dragon module lands in the ISS. There's a picture of the first stage lying back on Earth. Those spacesuits look familiar. If they look something like from a science movie, they're probably because their look was devised by a Hollywood costume designer, Jose Fernandez, who worked on Batman and X-Men and Thor movie. Next stop, the International Space Station. What are they going to do? Science, spacewalk, experiments, and physical activity. Space education, fixing issues and supplies. SpaceX, the interplanetary transport system, is planned to carry 100 tons of cargo and will stand taller than Big Ben. The interplanetary spaceship stage is of its ITS will be taken orbit, then refueled before traveled by a tanker launched separately. Colonization of space. Mars colonization. Given a significant public drive, authorities on space exploration expect such as project to be underway by 2040. Additionally, Elon Musk is aiming for a self-sufficiency within 100 years. Major long-term economic drivers for continued colonization may this include access to the asteroid belt for mining. Let your imaginations fly. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Hitesh. I think I would say like the content was really good. It was a very good content about Tesla and its Falcon rockets and its colonization of Mars and stuff. So the informative content. One suggestion is like you can just explain it on your own words when it comes to the text paragraph. So that would be fantastic. Rest all everything's good. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, Hitesh, as sir told, see, you have to savor yourself. That is, it's not that just reading or just saying what it has written there already. It's about saying by yourself, explaining by yourself. That gives the biggest difference. So I think you can try it, okay, in the future. All the best.
Good morning to one and all present here. I'm Chirag BH from grade 8, Ran International School. So today I'm going to present a PPT on splitting of water. So we'll look at how do you split water and splitting of water. So let's begin. You know why water is called as H2? Because it contains two molecules of hydrogen and only one molecule of oxygen. So and oxygen. So let's see uses of splitting of water. It can be used as oxygen for long space travel. Oxygen is required for them to breathe, and so pure oxygen could be formed, and it would be very required for long space. And hydrogen can also be used as a fuel in rockets, and it can be as water as a fuel, and it would be very much cost efficient for space agencies like ISRO and NASA. Let's see some methods of splitting of water. The natural method of splitting of water is by photosynthesis. When the sunlight is absorbed from sunlight is absorbed by the plants and water from the roots. By the process of photosynthesis, oxygen is produced, and they produce oxygen and leave it into the air through stomata. And then the artificial method of separation of water is by electrolysis mixed through water in the cathode ray tube and hydrogen and oxygen. And the second alternative method of heating of water is by photocatalyst method. In this method, the photo absorbed and passed through water, which separates it into hydrogen and oxygen. So for about 260 kilojoules of water, so it is lot energy. Thus, we need to try to use less energy and split more water in future. These were some methods of splitting of water. Thank you.
Thank you, Suraj, for the presentation on splitting of water. It's a very informative. I think your presentation explanation was good. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Chirag, that was a good informative presentation. The way you have explained and the PowerPoint, that is presentation, what you have shown to us was very good. Keep it up and don't have that fear in you, okay? Good.
Yes, ma'am. Namaste everyone. Myself Sanjana from grade 9. I'm here to present on the topic carbon footprints. Firstly, the carbon footprints are the newly topic or not changed in this time. So let me start the topic and get the details. What is carbon footprints? Carbon footprints. What is carbon footprints? A carbon footprints means it's a measure of an impact or an activities. Even in your environment, particularly it changes in the time climate. It is the real amount of greenhouse gases by day to day and burning of fossil fuels, electricity, eating, transportation. These are the causes of carbon footprints. So let me see how it affects and what is this. The most important greenhouse gas arising from human activity is carbon dioxide. It is nothing but CO2. All human activities causes CO2 emission that leads to climate change. You may ask how the climate change, but using the electricity generated from the fossil fuels and power stations, burning gas, you are using the cars now for petrol, diesel, that are all the activities of human which causes the emission of which causes the carbon dioxide emission and causes CO2. Product or service that human consume directly, indirectly creates CO2 emission energy. This is not required for the production, transportation, and disposals. These are the ways that are the emission that required for the production, transport, and disposal. So I'll share next slide. Different types of carbon footprints. We have two types of carbon footprints. Mainly primary carbon footprints. Secondly, carbon footprint. What is primary carbon footprints? It means the measure of a carbon dioxide which is give directly energy. But in secondary carbon footprints, there is the measure of a carbon dioxide, but it is not under our control. It is by the products of your consumer. But it is not under our control. In primary, it has a control, but in secondary, we not have a control in that. In human activity that produces the most greenhouse gases, that is nothing but CO2. From that, what are the human activity that makes the greenhouse gases affected? Electrical generation, transportation, industries, agricultural, commercial, residential. These are the points which affect the greenhouse gases for the human activity. It was done by the human activity. So you may ask now, as per the day, the sources, the average person generates 42.64 kg of CO2 or CO2 per car day. So by using this electric bulb, car, bus, transport, computer, phone, clocks, these are all the things that are used by the humans and make that generates the 42.64 kg of CO2 per a day. What is the connection between energy and carbon dioxide? You may think, what is the connection between energy and carbon dioxide and how it may be affected? So come, let me see. What is your last question was, what is the connection between energy and carbon dioxide? Energy usage is equal to factories burning smokes. So even CO2 makes approximate 85% of total greenhouse gas, that is means GHG, greenhouse gas affected or emissions. These are the causes by the factory wastes dioxide. When energy is used and it pollutes the carbon dioxide and give it out, this is known as primary. This is only what we said a primary. Next question, next slide. What is the connection between carbon dioxide and global warming? You may think that burning fossil fuels increase atmosphere carbon dioxide. Not only in burning fuels, even also in the global warming, it affects the greenhouse effect, and also even it damages in the ozone holes. Nowadays, ozone hole is getting a bit of small because of the using refrigerator, AC, coolers, fan. These are all the damaging the ozone layer and even causes the global warming. It turns a million of tons emitted when generated on degree Celsius of global warming. This is what also not only damaging the global warming, also a ozone layer. Next, what can you do to reduce your carbon footprint? You may think, what can you use to reduce your carbon footprints? What you to use means there are 5 R's: refuse, reduce, reuse, rot, recycle. Let me explain in detail. Avoid single-use plastic and paper products. Means you should not use the plastic papers and products. Thank you. Obtaining for reusable. Next, reduce. Your purchase obtaining more mindful of your water use. Reduce the what you have purchased in the bag and haul. Use the bag. Don't use the plastic bag. Use the cloth bag instead of that bags. Reuse. Reuse the great conditioning, repairing, upcycling it with its breaks. You reuse the water bottles, and also when it is in the good condition, reuse it, don't waste it. Rot. Set up a compost system of your food scraps, and when you are it's like a farmer market or a community garden near your house, so you can rot there only. Recycle. Properly recycle any glass, paper, waste or metal that comes into your life. It cannot be it cannot be refuse, reduce or reuse. So you people have to recycle the way how you produce. Carbon reduction solution. You may know what every problem has a solution. Even carbon reduction solution is also there. Reducing CO2 emission benefits for the environment, economy, society. These are the reduction. We have to make the reduction in the environment, society, and also in economy. Conclusion. So let me end my speech. Every speech has a hand and every thought has a hand. So we should take a measure to shorten our carbon footprints by reducing the emission of green gas, mainly carbon dioxide. Let's join hands to take care of our environment and save our planet. Thank you.
Seeing to the slide and you were just reading, but it is not that. You were explaining by yourself and you have asked many questions and you have answered it very well, and it is a very good presentation, Sinchana. Keep it up.